Well, if you're going to get on a flight anytime soon, you might want to bring some lube. Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Urban Libertarian. It's March 4th, 2017. And you might want to know what I mean by you might want to bring some lube to the airport. Well, I was looking at Drudge Report yesterday, and, while everybody was distracted with all this Russian crap, the TSA apparently is going to get a little bit more personal than they have before with the pat-downs. So I'm going to go over this article from Bloomberg. The title is U.S. Airport Pat-Downs Are About to Get More Invasive. And then I'm going to critique it and probably in the middle of it and just go off at the end. So the TSA reacts to a study that found weapons making it past security. Oh my God. Well, a few have noticed U.S. airport security workers had long had the option of using 5 different types of physical pat-downs at the screening line. Now those options have been eliminated and replaced with a single universal approach. This time, you will notice the new physical touching for those selected to have a pat-down. So that'll be hot chicks, the disabled, elderly, and children. For those of you who are selected, there will be what the federal agency officially describes as a more comprehensive, in quotations, physical screening, according to a Transportation Security Administration spokesman. How much more comprehensive can it get? If anybody's ever had one of these pat-downs, you know that they touch your entire body. Ladies, they touch your boobs. They touch inside your crotch. Guys, I mean, I'm sure these guys are, accidentally or not accidentally banging into your wiener, slapping your nuts, cupping your balls. I mean, they pull the waistband out. I mean, I've personally just gone to the point where I just wear sweats. I mean, I'm like, fuck it, here I am. I'm in, it's like going to the doctor's office. I mean, I'm like, here I am. I'm in like flops. I got like some trainers on and a t-shirt, dog. Go for it. Oh my God. So now, according to the TSA, it searches. How can you get more comprehensive? I mean, I think they're honestly going to do anal cavity searches in public now. That's what it's come to. All right, let me continue with this fucking story. Denver International Airport, for example, notified employees and flight crews on Thursday that the more rigorous, again in quotations, searches will be more thorough and may involve an officer making more intimate contact than before. Oh my God. I mean, you might as well bring some chocolates and maybe some cigarettes when you're done. How are they going to get more comprehensive and more intimate than they already are besides literally going inside your fucking body? Okay, let's continue. I would say people in the past would have gotten a pat-down that wasn't involved. Will notice that the new pat-down is more involved, TSA spokesman Bruce Anderson said Friday. So you're no longer getting to third base. They're giving you a grand slam. The shift from the previous risk-based assessment on which pat-down procedure. Oh, sorry. TSA, yeah. So the shift from the previous risk-based assessment on which pat-down procedure an officer should apply was phased in over the past 2 weeks after tests at smaller airports, he said. The TSA screens about 2 million people daily at U.S. airports and at concerts and at the Super Bowl. What the fuck is the TSA doing at the Super Bowl? And also they've been at the at like high school dances or some shit. I mean, it's just crazy. The agency doesn't track how many passengers are subject to pat-down searches after they pass through an imaging scanner. Yes, the radiation machines. People who decline to use this screening technology are automatically subject to physical searches. That's me, because look, was it Chertoff? Who sold it? Anyway, the first ones that came out were using millimeter wave technology that literally unzipped your DNA. Okay, so they, after kind of forcing the sheep to go through. I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't know if you've gone through. I'm not really criticizing. No, you got to get to your flight, whatever. Maybe you didn't know, but if you got on the if you went through those first generation machines, it's no bueno. All right. So the next one, now they're supposed to, and they could totally see everything underneath. That's why they choose hot girls, duh, and I guess hot guys and hot in betweens. Anyway. But the new ones now use some kind of sound wave technology. I don't trust that shit. I always do the pat down, which I don't want to do, which is pretty ridiculous because you shouldn't even have to be doing that shit to get on a plane. It's like being in fucking prison. Oh my God, this country. They don't do, you know what? In Korea, they don't do that. They don't have those machines, and they don't pat you down. Okay, just so you know, I don't know how many people come from Korea. Almost everywhere in Asia. Matter of fact, I don't remember. I've never flown from Thailand, but flying back from Korea and and I think China, they don't do any kind of pat. They do an X-ray machine and the wand, but they are not grabbing your balls and they're not microwaving you. And so far, so good from those countries. Anyway, I digress. Let's move on. So, where was I? Oh, the change is partly a result of the agency's study of a 2015 report that criticized aspects of TSA screening procedures. They're fucking useless. The audit by the Department of Homeland Security's Inspector General drew headlines because airport officers had failed to detect handguns and other weapons. But not only that, they failed to detect them at an alarming rate. It was ridiculous, something like 90% failure rate. An additional change prompted by the report was the TSA's decision to end its managed inclusion program, by which some everyday travelers were allowed to use the pre-check lanes to speed things up at peak times. So I guess they found people were the trusted passengers were bringing in guns. I mean, I don't know. Physical screening has long been one of the traveling public's strongest dislikes regarding airport security protocols. Yeah, the TSA has all pat-downs conducted by an officer the same sex as the traveler, and allows the passenger to request a private area for the screening, as well as to have a witness present. Likewise, the traveler can request that the pat-down occur in public view, which I recommend because sometimes, some shenanigans could happen, and they could be like, you could say, rewind the tape, just your word against the TSA guys, and then they could say, oh, sorry, sir, our tapes were broken that day, and there you go. As far as isn't that great? That's America. You have the right. You have the right to be molested by the same sex as you. And then here's the thing. I know sex isn't gender, and they're using it like the gender. I would say the word in this piece, they're saying that people will have the option to be patted down by members of their same sex. I mean, with all these different genders going on, I could see how it can get really weird, right? A man as a woman as a man, and then they request, it's ridiculous. And then a non-gender, what if you say you're non-gendered, right? You're like, can I have a non-gendered search me, please? Because that's a man, and I'm not a man, and that's a woman, I'm not a woman, so they can't search me. There you go, you found your loophole. All right, let's move on. Here we go. So the policy also applies to airline pilots and flight attendants, classified as known crew members, who generally receive less scrutiny at checkpoints. The TSA conducts occasional random searches of these employees, and airlines this week inquired as to whether their employees would be subject to more further pat-downs. The number of random searches for airline crews isn't changing and will remain a very small percentage of the total, Anderson said. But airport employees may face more random checks. That almost I don't agree with breaking the Fourth Amendment of the United States Constitution, but I'm totally against it. But if they're already doing this, it kind of makes sense to go after some of the employees because You know, if you've seen the movie Jackie Brown, where the flight attendant brings in Coke or something from Colombia or whatnot, or Mexico. I mean, it's in the head. You just look it up in the news. It happens. So, the random searches may also vary by airport, depending on the screening program, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes it's random. I like this at the end of the piece. TSA officials didn't immediately address whether the new universal pat-down protocol will mandate touching of passengers' genitals. I mean, they already do touch your genitals. It's pretty much fucking mandated. So, you know, and it's really sick. Like, look at this. I mean, this was a long time ago this is 2014. Wow. This is from the Daily Mail. You know, TSA agents patting down kids. I mean, this is the kind of shit that we should not be putting up with. Look at this guy. You know, in the United States, I'll tell you this much: a lot of other countries don't put up with this. Do you think they're doing this in Saudi Arabia? Or do you think they're letting them touch the little kids on the way in? I don't know. I don't think so. I know for a fact that they're not doing it in Korea. I couldn't imagine a Korean parent letting some dude touch their kid like this with this fucking gloves that he doesn't take off. And oh, it's fucking disgusting. But this, I mean, look at this. Look at this fucking prison training. Oh my God. She's wearing fucking tights for, what's she going to hide in there? I mean, fuck. Look at this. Where was the thing? So here's the interesting. Where was it? On the agency's website, a section pertaining to young travelers states that TSA has modified screening procedures for children 12 and under that reduces the likelihood of a pat down. It doesn't take it away, it reduces it. Oh, thank you. In 2011, the TSA made a change in its policy for patting down young children at airport checkpoints in response to the public outcry. I mean, yeah. In April 2011, a video appeared online showing a 6-year-old girl getting a full-body pat-down in the New Orleans airport. This was, yeah, I think this was the one that was kind of really got people's attention. But, man, I mean, that's just ridiculous. Why do we put up with this crap? And then one more thing. I found this. I was just doing some research, and this guy's got a YouTube channel, JV Montgomery. Man, so I was checking it out, and apparently, I mean, you can just go straight to it, but wow, he's got this whole story. So basically, you look, I mean, we shouldn't have to be fucking putting up with this shit, right? The guy goes through the machine already, now he gets the fucking pat down, and they pull his fucking pants down, and then he's like, yo, are you done with your search? You know, and they're like, sir, pull your pants up. But like, you know, he's just trying to cover his ass, and the cops come and arrest him. But it's ridiculous. He shouldn't have to be dealing with this. I'll show this really quickly right here. Look at this. They pull this fucking guy's pants down. What the fuck? Look at this. Your fucking hands up, and like, shoop. What the fuck? Right? And then right here, and they're like, yeah, pull your pants up. And then, boom, he gets fucking arrested. I mean, these guys are pulling people's pants down. Oh my God, America, wake up. I think you already are. That's pretty ridiculous. We shouldn't be putting up with this. I mean, it's ridiculous. I'm rebelling. The sad part is I rebel. My rebellion is getting a pat down. That's the most I can do, right? I can't say, no, screw you, you're not going to pat me down. So I don't go through the machines, but my rebellion, I get pat down. And now, apparently, it's going to be enhanced, and it's going to get more intimate. So there you have it, folks. Personally, I think we should get rid of the TSA. It should be up to the airlines to provide their own security. And just let the market decide. If you want to go on some fucking prison airlines that puts a dog collar on you, and if you get out of line, it zaps you, which is real. Look that one up. There's a patent for it. You know, and if that prevails, then that's what the people are going to get, I guess. And then if the opposite happens, where this airline's called Freedom Airlines, and they say, hey, fuck it, man, just get on the plane. It's faster, it's efficient, throw your shit on there. You know, make sure there's no lithium-ion batteries and hop on board like you would on the bus or the train or some other things, you know. I don't know if I go that extreme, but I definitely would want to fly on an airline that doesn't touch my balls and put their finger in my ass at the airport. What do you guys think? Love to see your comments on this. Thanks for watching.